This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this little Friday. We're almost there. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
Almost.
Yes.
Glass half full.
Look at that again, John, with the pink and blue, very similar to me.
Oh,
It's like we had
you
memo.
are so prescient, John.
look at you two. We're all in sync or something.
Good word there.
Yeah, kind of.
Him and his words. I'm like, I always have to look up everything you say in the dictionary.
You got to walk around with dictionary.com.
Kidding.
But that's not good. Then people don't understand what I'm saying. They have to look through books and.
I know. I'm like,
and
you
by
do
then,
that purposely.
No, I
like.
try to make myself feel superior.
That's what it is.
You don't have to try.
You're on to me. You're on to me.
I know.
Showers and thunderstorms again in the forecast for today. Boy, we had big ones around yesterday, and we'll probably have the same thing again this afternoon. Out in Gulf waters this morning, a few pops of lightning, some showers in progress. Same thing we've had over the last couple of days. That is just kind of a signal that the atmosphere is primed for activity, and later this afternoon, we'll see it occur. Daytime highs topping out about 93 degrees. We had 95 yesterday. We'll probably get that again today or thereabouts. So we'll go with 93 by 2 p.m., probably the daytime high at around 95, with a 40 to 60% chance of showers later this afternoon. Complete forecast details in a minute.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at traffic at 5:01. Everything is looking good in Manatee County. Everything's moving along. The normal volume for this time of the morning, no accidents or delays in Manatee County or Bradenton proper even. And then as you head down into Sarasota County, there is a blip on the screen on Siesta Key there. You see Ocean Boulevard at Ocean Place. There is an accident. It's not causing any backups because not a lot of cars on the road, but do be aware if you're leaving the house anytime soon from Siesta that is happening at this moment. Otherwise, everything's looking good.
Well, topping our news this morning, the Sarasota police canceled a much-anticipated community conversation with the local chapter of the NAACP just an hour before it was set to begin.
ABC 7's Ray Collins explains what happened next.
It was an unsettled night in Newtown, and not just that imminent storm. In the wake of the shootings in Dallas, a community conversation was set between the NAACP and Sarasota police, but it was canceled an hour before it was set to begin. A police press release cited an issue of logistics.
Again, you might remember.
Undeterred, members of the NAACP and a cross-section of the community jammed into a smaller venue called the Outreach Ministry on Martin Luther King Boulevard. While demonstrators rushed protest signs up to the new venue, inside the building, a series of speakers took their turns at the podium, including a member of the Citizens Advisory Panel to the Sarasota Police.
They've looked at the 21st century policing.
And throughout the evening, a series of speakers continued, their voices also piped outdoors to an exterior sound system.
It's not my fault because I was born black. It's not your fault because you were born white. But if I draw your blood, everybody's blood is the same color.
So police say the meeting will be rescheduled in the near future at a place better able to handle large crowds. In the newsroom, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray. Women coming out of jail or an abusive relationship will soon have some help regaining their footing. The transition house called Beauty for Ashes is on the City Life Church campus in Bradenton. The 12 to 18-month faith-based transitional program will help women adjust to their new lives by volunteering through the church. The women will also attend recovery classes and continue their education.
The house is right here on the property, and I think it's going to be a good thing for all these ladies to be able to come here, work with the church. They'll intern in some areas, cleaning and doing some other stuff. And every Tuesday night, we're doing about 300 meals. They're going to interact with us.
And the house is set to open on Sunday. Meanwhile, a developer who owns hundreds of acres of prime real estate near the water in Cortez wants to build a huge waterfront community. The proposed Peninsula Bay development, which is currently mainly farmland, would be located just north of Cortez Road between 103rd and 119th Street west on Palmasola Bay. And it would feature more than 1,900 homes, a hotel, marina, boat ramp, and 90,000 square feet of commercial waterfront space. Whiting Preston is the developer behind this proposed project.
There isn't a lot of developments like this, and if you look at our plan, we've moved most of the housing away from the waterfront. We separate that with open spaces, a 67-acre lake. We really try to do things that generally have not been done here.
Preston and his team will be meeting with the Planning and Zoning Commission today.
And commuters may not notice anything different about driving over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, but FDOT officials say the damage from Tuesday's tanker truck fire will take weeks to repair. The truck had a tire blowout when it hit the wall and caught fire on the southbound side of the bridge, spilling 4,000 gallons of diesel fuel. The fire caused an expansion joint on the bridge to burn. A replacement joint now needs to be ordered and installed, which will take about 3 weeks for delivery and repair. The installment will take place overnight, so affecting very little traffic. And inspections show the rest of the bridge is safe following the accident, although there was minor damage on the concrete, obviously from the fire burning it and melting the tar. Meanwhile, in Bradenton, FDOT will hold a public hearing tonight on improvements that are planned for 8th Avenue West downtown. The improvements would include changes to the median and crosswalks to make the area safer for pedestrians. Crosswalks will be installed at the 11th and 12th Street intersections, while medians will have artwork, landscaping, or fencing to encourage people to use those crosswalks. The project will cost about $500,000. The meeting will be held tonight, beginning with an open house at 5 o'clock at Bradenton City Hall on 12th Street West. The hearing will begin at 6.
Sarasota County Area Transit Services is looking to make some significant changes. SCAT is considering eliminating around 15% of its bus stops, and they also want to add more benches and bus shelters for riders. SCAT recently purchased 10 new buses that use clean diesel fuel, and they plan to add 20 more of those in 2017. SCAT is also looking into making Wi-Fi available on buses.
Talking to the bus drivers and just getting feedback from the community as far as what they would like to see changes for SCAT.
Riders have also suggested that they would like to see more routes offered on Sundays and on holidays. And both SCAT and MCAT are offering free rides to some college students and faculty members. Later this summer, students, faculty, and staff from Ringling College of Art and Design and New College of Florida will be able to ride buses for free when they present a valid college ID. Both colleges have agreed to pay an annual prepaid amount so that the passengers won't have to pay any individual fares, and this new service will begin on August 1st.
Speaking of buses, the All Faiths Food Bank is revealing a new bus that will deliver snacks and meals to children in South Sarasota and DeSoto County. The Venice Yacht Club Charitable Foundation donated the funds for the food bank to purchase the bus, which they are calling Eat This Bus. The Yacht Club will host a ribbon-cutting ceremony tonight at 5:30 to launch the bus service. The brightly colored school bus will be used throughout the year to deliver meals to children in need. And a group of Florida parents are suing the state's Department of Education, arguing that retaining third graders because of their test scores is unconstitutional. This spring, parents with the Florida opt-out movement chose not to have their children take the Florida standardized test, causing hundreds of students to be retained instead of moving on to 4th grade. Many of the parents say grades and classroom performance should be more than enough and more important than state testing. Now, local attorney Andrea Mogensen is representing the parents in the lawsuit.
Meanwhile, a lawsuit between the UTC Mall and a former tenant is now settled. Mall management sued the owner of the Jackie Z Style Company in February after mall officials say she broke her lease when closing the boutique last year. The Sarasota Herald Tribune is now reporting that the lawsuit was settled out of court. An affiliate of the mall's parent company was suing for roughly $1.5 million, but the settlement amount was not disclosed. Visit Sarasota County is getting the green light for its 2017 budget. Sarasota County commissioners have approved the agency's budget of just around $7 million. Around $550,000 of that is earmarked for the 2017 World Rowing Championships at Benderson Park. Visit Sarasota also plans to use this money to continue to market the county as a tourist destination and to hire a new salesperson to help market the approximate 1,000 new hotel rooms that are popping up across the county.
Sarasota County is getting more eco-friendly. Beginning today, the Sarasota Hyatt Regency will be hosting the Eco-Friendly Florida Fest. It's free and open to the public. Some events include an electric vehicle car show, classes and demonstrations, also a masquerade party. The festival runs through Sunday. Not sure how a masquerade party is eco-friendly, but maybe it's just the entertainment value.
Yeah.
But I also want to know, I do want to talk to Andrea Mogensen. How is school testing unconstitutional? Was that in our Constitution?
I don't know. I remember I've always had to do tests. I don't know about that.
I don't know what the argument is there.
Unconstitutional.
But it must be a a reasonable argument.
Yeah.
I do understand what they're saying, but
Maybe it's a certain type of testing, or
yeah, I mean, grades and testing should be enough. I mean.
I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Showers in the forecast once again today. Boy, we had some big storms around yesterday, bordering on severe. Could happen again today. We'll talk about that in a second.
Also coming up, they'll be laughing it up this weekend in Sarasota as comedians from all over the country and the world head to the Suncoast for the annual Improv Festival. We'll have all the funny details coming up next.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So the showers and thunderstorms are becoming a regular thing. The rainy season absolutely kicked in. We have that nice southeasterly wind flow developing in the afternoon, switching to a west coast sea breeze. All is right with our Florida world. 76 degrees, the current air temperature. Dew point is at 72. It feels just like it should at this time of morning. East wind coming in at about 3. That little bit of rain shower activity yesterday, boy, that really cooled things off and cooled it off quickly. Dropped about 10, 12 degrees in a short period of time as those storms rolled through. 75 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch. 74 degrees in Punta Gorda, 76 in Northport, 77 in Venice and in Inglewood, and 82 degrees still out at Longboat Key. So across the region today, yesterday, showers and thunderstorms moved through. Boom, they exploded and then moved out into Gulf waters. The east and west coast sea breeze basically met right over us, and that's what created those showers and thunderstorms blossoming in interior parts of Manatee County and Sarasota County, and then moving to the coast. Frequent lightning strikes, large amounts of torrential rainfall, gusty winds as well. All of those in the cards for us later this afternoon, with lightning probably being the biggest threat, as well as gusty winds a possibility as well. Right now, everything's very quiet. Should be that way right straight through your morning commute. As we head into the afternoon, we'll see those storms build with just about the same timing that we had yesterday. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, sits in the same place. A frontal boundary kind of stalled out, meandering through parts of the open plains back down through the top hat of Texas, will be again a focal point for stronger storms a little bit later on this afternoon. So if you are traveling, say, to Memphis or Cincinnati or St. Louis or the northeastern corridor, you may have some issues with airport delays. For us, standard thunderstorm activity, but colder air aloft has the potential for some stronger storms as well. Southeast wind flow collides with our sea breeze front. Then later in the afternoon, as the sea breeze dies out, that frontal boundary moves along with it into Gulf waters, and the showers and thunderstorms follow. That is the scenario that we've seen over the last several days, and the one we'll see again this afternoon. Strong storms possible, west movers, high heat index, all of those things combining together to bring us about a 50% chance of showers today. Building in inland areas as the east coast sea breeze is pushed this way by a general easterly flow. Meets up with our west coast sea breeze, the storms build, and then they drift out into the Gulf. That'll happen this afternoon. That'll happen tomorrow as well. And then as we head into Saturday, we'll probably see pretty much the same thing. So the forecast calls for an excellent chance of that happening. We have, again, a severe storm outlook by the Severe Storm Prediction Center, focusing on areas of the Central Plains and also in the Northeast. There is the potential there. The northeastern corridor, of course, with the hubs of New York City, tri-state region, and also up toward Boston. All of those airports could be impacted. As too could the Washington, D.C. airport. So pay attention to that if you're traveling today to those destinations. Otherwise, severe storm risk for us just for standard thunderstorms, but a slight potential perhaps for some stronger storms as well this afternoon. Southwest wind comes in at about 10 knots. That'll give you 2-foot seas and a light chop in the official Suncoast forecast, calling for excellent chances of rain right straight through the next 7 days. Perhaps by the end of the 7-day period, some drier air moving in from across the pond, as they say, may bring us some slightly lesser rain chances. Back to you.
I like that saying. Thanks, John. Taking a look at your commute right now as we approach 518. It looks like out of Parrish, I'm seeing an impediment. If we can go back up there at 301, there is a problem being reported. It's the upper part of Parrish at 301. It looks like in State Road 62. So that's Moccasin Wallow Road eastbound. It's partially blocked at 301 right now, but it's not causing any slowdowns. The Palmetto bridges are clear, and so is the Interstate 41 301. Same story, no slowdowns or issues. As we head into Sarasota, I am seeing a clear roadway there on 41. Same with the arteries out to 75 and the interstate. No accidents so far and no delays as we move into South Sarasota County. Well, in the spotlight today, a lot of funny people are heading to the Suncoast this weekend. They're performing in Florida Studio Theater's 8th annual Improv Festival, and they intend on making us laugh.
I'm sure they will. And ABC 7's Linda Carson has the story.
The Sarasota Improv Festival is one of the top improv festivals in the country. Top performers are coming from all over this country and all over the world.
The festival has a wonderful reputation with its audiences that come to it. The audiences are so engaged and excited to see the different art forms, and that really attracts the artists.
The performers also come to see the work of other world-class performers and to experience the many different types of improv that'll be here.
We'll have musical improv. We have our headliner this year is doing a film noir, a Twilight Zone episode. We've never had that before. We've got a French farce this year.
You'll also see one-word suggestion turn into an entire 40-minute play, or a one-word suggestion that's turned into a play Shakespearean style.
Adam Ratner will be performing with the Florida Studio Theater Improv Group. He says the festival always inspires him.
Every year I see something new, and it takes me to a new level and makes me feel more amped up to get up there on stage and try new things.
Some of the favorite teams who are coming?
I love Dad's Garage from Atlanta. I always like watching them. Stack, the 4-lady group that sings, they take one word out of the audience and just turn it into 40 minutes of just jaw-dropping singing, musicals, real funny satire.
The festival opens Thursday with Florida groups. Friday, it's national and international performers who will take the stage. There'll also be workshops.
They'll be going on Saturday during the day. They start at 11 a.m.
The grand finale, Saturday night, is called All Play.
All 90 performers from the weekend will get together and they throw it all against the wall for the last set. You'll see some of the best and worst improv you've ever seen.
The Sarasota Improv Festival here at Florida Studio Theater, July 14th through the 16th. There'll be 18 of the top improv groups in the world. See them all? I promise you, you'll see something you've never seen before and you'll get a laugh. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. She's right about that. I mean, improv is the scariest thing to do when I was taking acting because literally it's right on the fly, but it's so impressive for people that can do it.
I know, and it really is a talent because so many people will be so nervous to do it. You can't be funny because you're nervous, so they really have to be extremely funny.
They have to be just very confident in themselves.
Yes, exactly.
All right, well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
If you plan on doing any traveling in 2017, it will get a little easier for you to get through the airport security checkpoints.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll be the coolest family on the block in your all-new Chrysler Pacifica for just $27,999. Or get the lowest price ever on a new Dodge Journey, just $15,999. And right now, get up to $10,000 off a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Welcome back. It's 5:23, and the TSA is hoping to speed up security checkpoints with automated screening lanes.
Yeah, ABC's Diane Macedo and Kenneth Gibson have this morning's business headlines from New York.
Good morning. Topping America's Money. Good news for travelers.
The TSA says up to 60 more automated screening lanes are coming to busy airports. In those lanes, 5 passengers at a time can have their carry-on screened.
The lanes are already in place in Atlanta and will be added to O'Hare, LAX, DFW, and Miami. Tesla is making its new SUV more affordable, rolling out a cheaper version of the Model X crossover.
The price tag, $74,000, but that's a bargain compared to the original Tesla model that cost $115,000. And Pizza Hut is the latest in a growing number of fast food outlets offering ordering on social media.
Next month, the company will launch a chatbot, which will allow customers to place orders via Twitter and Facebook Messenger and getting chatty responses back.
Hopefully you get the pizza also.
In less than 30 minutes.
That's America's Money.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. Pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name. Yeah. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Mean it. Get down.
At PetSmart, save $5 on select large bags of Nature's Recipe dog food.
Dive into delight where chocolatey goodness intertwines with 20% of your daily fiber. So magical it could have been called Paradise of Heavens. But it wasn't. Fiber One, so delicious it should have another name.
You must be the new teacher, huh? Yeah. Remember, days like today, you'll never forget. You're gonna do great. Thanks.
Kleenex. Someone needs one.
Well, hurricane season is here, and we'll make sure you're prepared. Watch our hurricane special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits in the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, recent violence across the U.S. has become the focus even in the sports world. We'll take a look.
Plus, have you had a case of road rage recently? You may not be alone. We'll show you just how many Americans experience it.
And why lifeguards will be showing off their skills on Siesta Key Beach today.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And along with John Scalzi, our own little lifeguard, I'm Don Brennan.
You do.
Me?
You tell me when the
You
thunderstorms
save
are
us.
coming. You tell like you're a lifeguard in a way.
You're our sentry, John.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you see what I'm talking about?
Just
Like,
don't
you
put me in a
protect us?
Speedo. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. I just
Okay.
rubbed my mouth.
Showers and thunderstorms in the forecast again this afternoon, just like we saw yesterday. Some of them could be strong. Lots of thunder and lightning later on around sunset. Those showers moved closer to the coastline. Currently, the leftover rainfall's out in Gulf waters, not to return. We'll build new ones later this afternoon with about a, well, by the evening time, you'll probably have a 50 or 60% chance of rainfall, but by 2, probably about a 40% chance in inland areas, a few starting to build then. Daytime highs, again, warm in the 90s, probably 93 to 95 degrees for a daytime high. Complete forecast in a few.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at the Suncoast roadways right now, there is something to speak of in Parrish. It is at Moccasin Wallow Road, eastbound. It's partially blocked at 301, so be aware of that. We're not sure what the reason is for the blockage, but eastbound Moccasin Wallow Road at 301 is partially blocked right now, so be aware of that. Otherwise, Manatee County is looking good. Everything is moving along on the other major roadways, and 301 south of that, 75, 41. And as you head down into Sarasota County, that too is looking good this morning.
Well, topping our news this half hour, President Obama is preparing to have a national conversation tonight during a town hall on race.
And it comes on the heels of the biggest names in sports calling for action in the wake of the violence between police and the black community. This morning, as the protests continue and racial tensions rise, 4 of the biggest names in the NBA used the stage at the ESPY Awards to make a powerful plea for change.
We cannot ignore the realities of the current state of America.
Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James called for an end to all violence. They include the shootings in Chicago, the police killings of black men, and the sniper attack that took the lives of 5 Dallas police officers.
The shoot-to-kill mentality has to stop, but also the retaliation has to stop.
It's time to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what are we doing to create change?
That was the focus of a 4-hour meeting at the White House Wednesday. President Obama spoke with law enforcement, civil rights leaders, and Black Lives Matter activists to find solutions to racial bias in policing.
We have to, as a country, sit down and just grind it out, solve these problems.
Tonight, the president's conservation will continue on ABC with a town hall on race and policing. The issue is personal to one of only 2 black members of the Senate. In a powerful Capitol Hill speech, Republican Tim Scott from South Carolina told how he had been repeatedly racially profiled by police, even as an elected official.
I have felt the anger, the frustration, the sadness, and the humiliation.
The ABC Town Hall will take place tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It'll be hosted by World News Tonight's David Muir, and you can catch it right here on ABC 7. In other national news, funeral services will be held today in Minnesota for Philando Castile, the 32-year-old who was shot and killed by police during a traffic stop in St. Paul last week. His fiancée documented the shooting's aftermath in a graphic Facebook live stream that sparked nationwide outrage. She says in the video that Castile told the officer he had a gun and a permit to carry it and followed the officer's instructions before being shot.
Back here in Florida, law enforcement is putting the Pulse nightclub back into the hands of its owners about a month after the worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history. The nightclub has been under the control of the Orlando Police Department and Florida Department of Law Enforcement since the massacre on June 12th. The state and FBI criminal investigations are still ongoing, but the club owner says in a statement that she's uncertain about the next steps, but club management can now begin to make plans for the future of Pulse. Increased water releases from Lake Okeechobee have created significant algae blooms in parts of South Florida, furthering the decades-long discussion of how to deal with the water as it flows through the Everglades. The 2014 voter-approved Amendment 1 dedicates hundreds of millions of dollars of state revenue to preserving Florida's land and water. The economic think tank James Madison Institute says a significant amount of that funding should be spent on Everglades restoration projects. They say all Floridians have a stake in the toxic algae cleanup, and taxpayers deserve the biggest return on their investment as possible.
The best bang for the buck to stop that water early through the creation of reservoirs that'll capture that water and begin to cleanse it before it gets into Lake Okeechobee.
Governor Rick Scott is asking members of the state's congressional delegation to push for federal help to deal with the massive algae problems in waterways to the east and west of Lake Okeechobee. Meanwhile, wildlife officials say the algae bloom has killed 8 manatees in the Indian River Lagoon over the past 2 months. More than 150 manatees have died in Brevard County since 2012, when an algae bloom wiped out the seagrass that manatees eat. It's the first reports of manatee deaths in the area since last August. Necropsies showed that there was seaweed in the manatees' systems, which is a type of algae, and could have led to dietary complications in the manatees.
From waterways to highways now, as a new report shows that 80% of drivers have expressed some form of road rage behind the wheel in the past year. Data collected by AAA shows that approximately 8 million drivers in the U.S. engage in some extreme form of road rage, which could include hitting another vehicle on purpose or confronting another driver. 100 million drivers reported they purposefully tailgate other drivers. 95 million say they yell at other drivers, and 67 million say they make angry gestures. AAA says to combat road rage, don't offend other drivers by making them change their speed or direction defensively. Be tolerant and do not respond to other acts of aggression. AAA offers these tips to help prevent road rage. And Northport police are joining in on the Pokemon Go action, sort of. The department, which has received awards for its social media outreach, posted this on Twitter yesterday, a picture of a radar gun with the caption, "We're not quite looking for Pokemon," continuing heavy traffic enforcement along US 41, hashtag Pokestop. Earlier this week, Sarasota police urged Pokemon Go players to use caution with the mobile app, explaining that just like texting and driving, it's a secondary offense to play the game while behind the wheel.
Oh, goodness. Well, speaking of apps, Apple is producing a reality TV show focused on new apps. The tech giant is looking for app developers to face off in a competition to be mentored and funded by Silicon Valley experts. The winner's work will be featured in Apple's App Store. Casting for what's being called Planet of the Apps began Tuesday. Developers can submit an online application through August 26th, and the show is expected to start filming later this year. Well, in other consumer news, millennials are sticking close to their parents when it comes to finances. According to a new survey by SunTrust Bank, a quarter of people between the ages of 21 and 34 still need parents to help them out with money. Of those millennials, 72% say they would have trouble paying their bills if their parents didn't help. The most common things parents pay for are cell phones, car and medical insurance, and rent. About half of parents say picking up the tab for their kids is causing them financial stress. Experts say to have a conversation with your kids and set a date to cut that financial cord.
And could the Deflategate saga finally be over? Well, the U.S. Appeals Court has rejected quarterback Tom Brady and the NFL Players Association's request for a new hearing on his 4-game suspension, thus taking the air out of his argument. The NFL suspension of Brady came after investigators said the Patriots star likely knew footballs for a playoff game against the Colts were underinflated. The next step from here, Brady can either accept the punishment, which I don't think he's going to do, or attempt to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Rays' Kevin Kiermaier, the star outfielder, was supposed to take the field in Port Charlotte on a rehab assignment last night as he makes his way back from a hand injury, but Mother Nature had other plans. The game between the Charlotte Stone Crabs and Lakeland Flying Tigers was postponed due to rain. While the Gold Glover wasn't able to play for the Rays minor league affiliate, he did stick around, look at that, to sign autographs for fans. And he's been out since late May after breaking his left hand, and may be part of the reason why the Rays are in such a funk. He was such a big part of their offense and defense. And it's all fallen apart since he's left, but they have a doubleheader tonight, and he is expected to play. And lifeguards from around the state will be on Siesta Key Beach today for the U.S. Life Saving Association's Lifeguard Championships. Competitions include a surf boat race, a surf ski race, a run-swim race, and even an Ironman, Ironwoman race. A lot of races there. A team representing Sarasota County will be participating. The championship runs from 8 to 5 today, and it'll wrap up with the championships tomorrow at Siesta Key Beach. And get on out there and check it out. Mark Miller of Sarasota County, a lifeguard on our own beaches, was a champion. He might have been a national champion, I think, a few years ago. Yeah, we used to work out together. Yeah, no, I taught him how to swim.
You did?
No.
Oh, he owes it all to you. All the DB over here.
That sounds like it'd be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From 8 to 5 too. It's throughout the whole day. So
yeah,
hey, it's hot enough to go to the beach, right?
What's that?
It's hot enough to get to the beach and cool down.
Absolutely.
What about rain?
Yeah, well, I think they're going to end it at 5, so.
So it'll be good?
Yeah, it'll be close, but at the end there, but should be all right.
Okay.
Showers and thunderstorms in the forecast later today. We'll talk about that in a second.
And a local congressman's bill to reduce heroin and opioid addiction is set to go before the president. We'll give you the details coming up.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits on the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $18,599. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Looks like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, we like it when those thunderstorms come too and kind of cool things off just a little bit. We're at 76 degrees, the current air temperature with a dew point of 72. Obviously, kind of thick, humid air in place. Yesterday's showers and thunderstorms, of course, aiding in that morning dew point value and humidity. We're looking at 76 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, 77 Mayaca, in Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, Bradenton. 78 degrees in Inglewood and in Venice, 77 in Northport, and 74 degrees cooler down in Punta Gorda. Longboat Key coming in at 81. Yesterday, the showers and thunderstorms blossomed as the east and west coast sea breezes met up on our shores. Now everything is farther out in the Gulf waters by about 75, 100 miles out there. They're not coming back either. They're staying out there. What we will see this afternoon is a beginning of a shift in the winds. And as we see that little bit of shift in the winds coming in out of the west, Showers and thunderstorms will once again blossom. But for morning commute, everything looks pretty quiet. There's a scattered patch of drizzle out in Highlands County, but that's about it. For us today, high pressure, the dominant weather feature, brings that southeasterly to easterly wind flow. That collides with our localized sea breeze front, sets up that convergence zone where showers and thunderstorms build. And then as the sea breeze front dies out and is overwhelmed by that general easterly flow, that line of showers is pushed out into Gulf waters. Same scenario that we will see over the next several days. So I'm going to start sounding like a broken record, I'm afraid. But that's not a bad thing, I guess. We need the rainfall now, and we're certainly getting plenty of it. The drought indexes are very low in inland areas, so that's great in terms of wildfires as well. So strong storms are still possible again today. Any one of the storms that we get in the afternoon has the potential to produce some gusty winds as well as small hail. West-moving storms building inland and gradually drifting back toward the coastline, so watch it come at you from the west, or from the east rather, moving to the west. And by the way, if you don't have the ABC 7 weather app on your phone, you might as well go ahead and get it. We're in for a long rainy season, so it's good to track those storms. High heat indexes once again coming in around 105. The RPM computer model shows those showers building along the sea breeze front inland and then gradually drifting to the coastline as they die out in Gulf waters. Again, tomorrow, same sort of situation. The showers build on the sea breeze front and then they move out into Gulf waters. And the same thing will hold true on Saturday as well. So day after day, same sort of scenario in place. Hot spots for severe weather today are the northeast and the central plains. There you could see some weather delays because of storms. Across our area, pretty much standard thunderstorm activity, but we could get one or two stronger storms. We continue to watch the March progression of that drier air across the Atlantic. The tan contours you see here is the drier air aloft, really kind of inhibiting and squashing any kind of tropical development possibility. Saharan dust, by the way, making a very stable layer of air. Possible that it could impact our weather forecast as we head into midweek next week with some slightly lower rain chances. Otherwise, the Caribbean looks great. Gulf waters look great. Near Atlantic looks fine. Next 5 days will be, tropically speaking, free of any problems. Southwest wind at about 10 knots, turning east overnight, once again, setting the stage for more storms tomorrow. 50% chance of rain down the road with daytime highs in the low to mid 90s, depending on where you are. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at your commute right now at 547, starting out there in Parrish. It looks like we are clear now at 301 in Moccasin Wallows, so no slowdowns there. The Palmetto bridges look pretty good, a little slow going as you go from Bradenton north onto the DeSoto Bridge there by the hospital, but nothing to slow you down too much this morning. No accidents. We're not seeing any problems on the interstate or 41. Fruitville, Clark, Bee Ridge, all clear this morning, so is University. And as we head down into Venice and Northport, no major impediments. Everything seems to be moving along well.
Now, thousands of Floridians who have insurance to cover the cost of assisted living facilities and nursing homes could soon see a large hike in their premiums. State regulators say 2 insurers have filed for substantial hikes ranging from 20% to 114%. Metropolitan Life Insurance Company is asking for an increase, as well as Unum Life Insurance Company of America. MetLife has around 23,000 policyholders in the state, while Unum has nearly 46,000. The Office of Insurance Regulations plans to hold public hearings before making its final decision.
Legislation co-sponsored by Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan has been passed by Congress and now heads to President Obama for approval. The bill aims at reducing heroin and opioid addiction, which has been an ongoing problem around the country, especially here on the Suncoast. Buchanan says Manatee County had more heroin overdose deaths per capita than any other Florida county in 2014. The legislation will establish grant programs to provide abuse prevention and treatment services.
From fried potatoes to couch potatoes, it's no secret that Americans are far from the healthiest people in the world, with obesity affecting over a third of adults, putting many at risk for chronic diseases like diabetes. But being overweight is not the only concern.
Wow. Well, new research is suggesting that even a healthy weight does not put us in the clear. Researchers at the University of Florida released a study showing that obesity isn't the primary cause of increasing rates of prediabetes. The study finds that 1/3 of adults with a healthy weight actually have prediabetes. Prediabetes can lead to diabetes if you don't address it early. Even simple changes in diet and exercise can make all the difference, preventing diabetes down the line or even reversing pre-diabetes altogether. I'm guessing you can't still eat the junk food even if you keep yourself at a pretty healthy, normal weight. Still.
What you call skinny fat.
Yes,
like you have a good
that's
weight,
the right
but it's
one.
not a healthy.
But it's not a healthy weight.
Slender.
There you go. So be healthy. Well, the American Cancer Society helps provide the rides that can help save lives of cancer patients.
Now there's a critical shortage in volunteer drivers, and ABC7's Alex Redmond looked into it.
A cancer diagnosis turns your world upside down, and now there's added stress of getting to medical appointments.
The biggest concern is if people truly don't have transportation to and from treatment, that they will not get their treatment.
The American Cancer Society is putting out a call to action because they are critically short of volunteer drivers to get cancer patients to treatment in both Sarasota and Manatee County.
In Manatee County alone, we're down about 70% of our drivers because of seasonal residents go back north. And in Sarasota County, we're down about 60% as well.
The 45-year-old Road to Recovery program is active nationwide, says American Cancer Society's Beth Hayes. And to put perspective to the statistics,
in Manatee County, which is a huge county, we are down to only 8 drivers.
Now, says Hayes, the biggest need is for volunteer drivers.
Well, there are people that won't be able to get to treatments. Maybe they don't even have a car. Maybe they have a bicycle. They can't even get to treatments. Maybe they've never driven. Maybe they've never had a driver's license, or they have given up their driver's license.
Volunteer Nancy Ambrose is a multiple cancer survivor.
I know what it's like to hear those words, "you have cancer." My parents were both cancer survivors. My uncle actually passed away from breast cancer.
Lack of transportation, says Ambrose, affects many, from young single moms to the elderly and people living alone.
There are many people that would not even be able to get to their treatments.
Consequences are unthinkable, says Hayes, when volunteering is so simple.
They donate their own vehicle and their gas, and especially the most important thing is they donate their time.
Training involves a 1-hour webinar, and requirements are a valid driver's license, clean driving record, and proof of insurance.
Every driver that owns a car already has what it takes to become a road volunteer. Share your passenger seat and get a patient to and from treatment.
For more information on how you can volunteer to be a driver for the American Cancer Society, go to mysuncoast.com and click on Health. Reporting in Sarasota, Alex Redmond, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Alex. What a great way to an opportunity to give back.
To help, yeah. I mean, it's
got some time on your hands
special.
in a car, you can do it. Or, well, you can have the driver's license. I think that's what it was.
Well, yeah, you
Right,
have to
not
have
the
a
car.
good driving record,
Yeah.
you have to have a license, but of course, we want people to be safe who are going
Exactly.
to chemo and back.
All right, we'll stay with us.
We'll be right back.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
and ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Oh boy, now even organizations are capitalizing on the popularity of the new Pokemon Go app. We told you about Northport. Now, an animal shelter in Indiana is asking players to volunteer to take a shelter dog out for a walk while trying to catch all the virtual creatures. Oh, that's not a bad idea. The shelters say it's a great way to get more volunteers while giving the dogs the exercise they need. Look at that cute little guy. And now, within 24 hours of making the request on Facebook on Tuesday, dozens of people showed up at the shelter yesterday to volunteer. See, now that person is a very creative genius. I know.
That was a great idea.
That is, look.
That's a great way to hook teenagers.
But I saw a person yesterday on Siesta Key, a young girl.
Yeah.
She was riding her bike and texting.
And she was like,
and then she got so slow that the bike stopped.
No.
Wow.
And she caught herself. She didn't fall in the ground. I'm here. I told my sons, both will be destroyed if I ever see that.
Seriously?
The bike and the phone.
These phones are dangerous.
Yes. I've seen a person on a motorcycle texting.
Come on.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, unbelievable,
I really
right?
have no words.
Unbelievable.
No words.
I know. Be safe out there.
Please, yes. It's 5:56. We'll be right back.